Hey guys, welcome back to the Forge. Today is going to be a quicker video where I'm going to start reviewing kind of the systems within the game, how I played them through the beta, what I liked, what I didn't like, things that I'd potentially change, and yeah, just kind of potentially give some tips and tricks for anyone that is struggling and needs to do some last minute progression. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the game, and we will be talking about the imprint and weapon system. So I'll start off with the imprints. First off, the overall grade for this system, for the weapons and the imprints, I would have as 10 out of 10. I think this is the unique defining reason that people will be drawn to and stuck playing this game, because it gives you so much flexibility, it gives you so much control over what you want your team to do. It just adds another layer that is so deep in what it can do that it's been by far the most interesting thing I've seen so far, and what I'm most interested in playing with further down the line, when the game comes into second beta and early access. So the imprints are very simply just a weakened version of the hero's passive. So Bastet, for example, increases this hero's turn meter by 2.5% when inflicting damage to enemies under Blaze. This is 5% for Bastet. If you have potentially a unit that attacks all enemies that has no synergy with Blaze, and you're building a Blaze team, you can put this on them, and then they will give, if you're against 5 enemies, 12.5% turn meter boost every single time it attacks a team that is affected by Blaze. Gawain, when an ally receives a disable, there's a 20% chance this hero will receive it instead. So if you have a tank that you're struggling with disables, they don't have anything in their kit, you can put this on to kind of shore up that weakness. So that's kind of the main way it can be used. You can either use it to cover weaknesses of champions, or you can use it to absolutely amplify their strengths or do something really wacky. For example, the biggest and most interesting thing I've done so far is I have been using Divana to set turn meter back on the whole enemy waves, and I put a Sun Wukong imprint on her so that there's a 20% chance that she joins attacks, and then from that there's a 50% chance when she attacks all enemies to reduce their turn meter by 20%. So I've cleared through some campaign waves without any of the enemies taking a turn, because she joins regularly, pushes all their turn meter back, and you just keep going. And it's a little kind of turn meter manipulation team with speed up, and she places speed down on the whole team. So it just gives you complete flexibility over what you want to do, and honestly is truly unique, and what I've been having the most fun theory crafting myself. The other side of this is the weapons. So the weapons are part of the imprint system. So these are what the imprints go on to. There is 3 different rarities that we know of so far: rare, epic, and legendary. The rare weapons in general are kind of useless. Some of them have quite beneficial effects, like this one, increase accuracy by 16%. All we get is accuracy as a flat stat, so having a weapon that will increase that base flat stat by a percentage is very strong and could be very useful on champions where you don't care about their damage. You just care for one specific reason. You need them to land their debuffs, and this is the perfect weapon for that type of character. I won't go through the rest of the rare weapons that I've pulled. To be honest, I'll just sell most of them. I just look out for specific effects that I think could be very strong, that would be worth holding on to. But realistically, the real meat and potatoes of an account will be in the epics. Epics are easier to come by than rares, or than legendaries, but also rare enough that you'll probably be working through epics for a while. So very simply, they can roll percentage main stats. Have I got any? So this one here has rolled a percentage main stat, which is far and away better than any flat roll you could ever get. So how this system I perceive will work, you will just be crafting weapons until you get one that has a high percentage main stat that you want, or a correct percentage main stat that you want, with a usable substat, whether that's speed, accuracy, resistance, whatever it is. And then from there you will feed all of the useless copies into the good one to level it up. The effects on these are quite generic and quite good. A good little combo I've done here is with Hippolyta. So she gives a shield out that scales off her defense percent, and I want her to go fast so that she can keep cycling back to the shield as much as possible. And then also I put Athena's imprint on her, so each time this hero is attacked under shield, heal for 25% of the damage inflicted to the shield. So it kind of makes Hippolyta self-sustained. She's got the taunt on her basic to make sure they are hitting her. She then puts up the shield, and now she's healing off the damage that's done, or 25% of the damage that's done to the shield, and also has a 50% chance to petrify the enemy. I have not seen this proc yet, but I presume when we're outside of beta, or in beta 2 potentially when this is fixed, a very strong combination. But yeah, so that's how the Epic's weapons work. I've only pulled one legendary. The effect on it is crazy. Attacks decrease enemy HP, attack and defense by 5%, stacking up to 1 time. Stacking up to 5 times, it's 25% reduction in stats. If you put this on someone who has an attack all enemies, suddenly you can potentially whittle down the entire wave's stats very, very quickly. And it's just an incredible weapon. I presume a lot of the other legendaries are similar, and these will be the chase weapons that everyone wants to go for, and getting copies on will feel amazing. The downsides to this system is it's pure RNG. I'm kind of hoping they have a bad luck protection system in place. I think they might do. Brockeright and Hag's Bone we haven't seen any use for in the beta. I am hoping that these become things that we can use to refine weapons that we've been unlucky on getting. Because then where I have found that my account has been mostly hindered in terms of character building has been the weapons. So you can get this weapon to 30. For me to keep going, I need to find another one. If potentially I could farm Hag's Bane or Brockeright, and given whatever the number needs to be to up rank my weapon at another level, it would absolutely let you find a weapon that you want to use, and then even if you get unlucky, you can still be farming towards improving it and increasing your team's strength through the weapons. So that's the only real feedback I'd give. Potentially I would also say to allow rares to very rarely roll a main stat, so that there is the chance of jackpotting something that's really good out of it, other than just these niche use cases where you're looking for strong effects for very specific things. But over and all, the system's brilliant. This, for example, Sharer, if you got this with attack percent and crit, increases the damage inflicted when joining attacks by 10%. If you have a Sun Wukong imprint on this, suddenly all of the attacks that they're coming in with are stronger. So there's some pretty cool combinations. I haven't an idea of how many would actually be good. That's what's so great about the system. It is essentially endless. But yeah, this is the standout feature of the game. It's what has me most interested in the next beta and early access, just this entire system. And I think with a few minor tweaks around bad luck protection, it would be perfect. And yeah, very, very interested in this, and would not change all that much of it. I think it's in a pretty good spot. But yeah, have you found any interesting combinations that you'd like to share with me in the comments? I'm very curious to learn more about what people are doing around their building around these weapons and imprints. And yeah, if you've liked this video, drop a like and subscribe. The next up I will try and look into is the gearing out your characters and how I found that system. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.